Taurus, greetings and salutations, my friends. Today we're going to pop right on in to your 5-card movie star spread. Here we go. Wow. Okay, so in case you've never looked in the description box because it explains the placement of the cards, I'm just going to roll this out for you really quick. You have the protagonist, the antagonist, the overall theme, the journey, and the possible outcome. So, here's what I'm getting from this. You feel very enlightened on a particular situation. And rather than, this isn't like an aha moment where you're like, oh, I figured everything out. No, 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 no. This is like you going, I never noticed this before. It's time to really go within and search out how this affects me, right? How does this particular energy that I didn't notice before relate to my values and the path that I am on? So if you look very, very closely in the Hermit, that's a star inside that lantern. It's a guiding light, but the hermit travels alone and goes within. This is when you take crystallized pain and you turn it into wisdom, right? So there was this thing you didn't quite understand, and now that you grasp it, it's time to go within and see how you really feel about it. How does this align with your path, your goals, your values, and who you want to be? It's a time of contemplation. You see, you are going deep within because you recognize you have to make a choice. Should I stay or should I go? Right? Am I comfortable? Am I finding the growth that I want in the situation that I'm in? Or do I move on to a different path? Do I move from the spot that I'm in? This is a globe in their hand. So they recognize in their own world that something is changing. Do they want to take that change and bring it out into fruition? Well, this is you. This would be the person deciding that they're going to make that plan. This is you figuring out if a plan even needs to be made. You're like, it literally feels like, should I stay or should I go? But there's missing information. And as long as you have that missing information, the possibility of leaving becomes stronger and stronger. So perhaps this enlightenment that you have is that you never really had the full picture to begin with. I want to clarify this Page of Swords here. Oof. You feel deceived. No wonder, no wonder you're looking at your value system. No wonder you're contemplating the path. No wonder you're hyper focused on the things you don't know. And here's what you're trying to figure out. Like you feel, like you just know, you feel deceived, and feeling deceived makes you want to walk away from the situation. But you're actually sitting down and looking at the times you felt this way in the past. And what you're asking yourself is, am I jumping to conclusions or am I seeing what is there? So that's why it's so important to look at this Page of Swords in the inverse. Are you communicating the ideas or the thoughts necessary to gather the information you need to make the correct decision? Or are you assuming? Are you jumping to conclusions? There doesn't seem to be enough resources to go around, right? It feels like you had a certain rhythm and a certain flow, and now all of a sudden that's off kilter. right? You're saying, do I want to be the person who constantly has to balance out these energies, or do I want to take my hand off the steering wheel and just see what happens? Perhaps, Taurus, you are the glue holding this energy together, and you feel like that is an imbalance. Perhaps the other person or the group dynamic that you're involved in, perhaps it's that they didn't do wrong. Perhaps it's just that they didn't do enough. So it's time to go within and see if this situation aligns with your values and goals and who you want to be. This is a moment in which you have to trust your intuition and your intellect, and you have to apply both. A grown-up conversation needs to be had, Taurus. Because if a grown-up conversation isn't had, eventually there just won't be enough to keep you here, despite all the time and energy and effort you put into something. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next time.